Hey, federal employees, earlier today we talked about how OPM Scott Cooper is trying to take away a lot of people's bonuses despite the merit system. Let's now talk about how it's a boneheaded business move and put the bell curve under a business microscope. The question isn't politics, it's performance, and the evidence says forced distribution like Scott wants to do is a bad management bet. First, merit isn't a curve, right? Great teams don't produce a tidy normal distribution. Sometimes everybody's good, sometimes everybody's struggling. Forcing managers to slot fixed percentages into a top, middle, bottom misclassifies talent and penalizes high-performing teams. Even GE, the company most associated with stack ranking, moved away from it as it modernized performance management. Microsoft also killed stack ranking after concluding it hurt collaboration and innovation. Second, collaboration drops fast. In lab and field studies, forced distribution systems push people to protect themselves instead of sharing knowledge. When your gain depends on a teammate's loss, you hoard information. Harvard Business Review put it simply: performance management shouldn't kill collaboration, yet curves do. Third, tournaments breed the wrong behaviors. Decades of economics and organizational research on relative performance show higher risks of sabotage, gaming, and unethical shortcuts when rewards hinge on beating peers rather than meeting mission outcomes. Goals Gone Wild research warns that high stakes, rank-based targets narrow focus, distort risk-taking, and can corrode culture. In plain English, people optimize the scoreboard, not the mission. Fourth, motivation and fairness take a hit. Meta-analysis in psychology finds that heavy expected performance contingent rewards can undermine intrinsic motivation, especially for complex, meaningful work like most federal jobs. And when employees perceive rating injustice, studies tie that to counterproductive behavior and turnover. Companies that ditched ratings in favor of continuous coaching-style feedback reported real gains. Adobe famously cut its voluntary attrition about 30% after its check-in model, and leaders across industries cite better engagement when they drop curves. Fifth, the overhead is huge for very little signal. One HBR case estimated about 80,000 manager hours a year were tied up in an annual review mechanics at a single firm. That's time not spent coaching, improving systems, or serving the American taxpayers. Finally, curves punish the mission you want. Knowledge work in government is interdependent. Policy acquisition, IT, HR, finance, ops, rank and yank incentives make colleagues competitors, which is the opposite of how complex programs get delivered. You don't get smarter risk management, better customer service, better taxpayer dollars used, or stronger ethics from internal zero-sum games. You get quieter teams, shorter time horizons, and talent drain of steady mid-career performers who are the backbone of execution. The bottom line is, if Scott or the government cared about results, retention, ethics, and innovation, the bell curve is the wrong tool. They should build systems that coach, measure real outcomes, and reward shared wins, not one that manufacture losers. Right? So not only is it just unfair to take people's bonuses like Scott's trying to do, but it's also a boneheaded business move. What do you think about this? Do you think it's a good system? Do you think OPM should really force this? Does this violate the merit principles? Is this going to lead to a better government and better taxpayer dollars? Please let me know in the comments. Thank you, everybody, for your support, and have a good day.